$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and then she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed 2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times are here.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two,
songs.
There's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready.
Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends.
Friends.
And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
it. I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot.
I
You
thought that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give
horse?
me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
I'm Alex.
This is episode 309, and maybe not the first time, but the first time I can remember, I found out something. I mean, like
Of
a
significance.
minute before we went live.
And you gasped.
I did.
Alex didn't even notice it.
Alex had her
By the way, Alex,
headphones on.
due to you having headphones on,
He
Alex
yelled
and I
at
have
you.
entertained, or Brett and I have entertained ourselves. I was yelling at you. Okay, let's have Brett tell his story, and then I'll tell mine.
You guys, I spend the time while you guys
I
hit
know.
live for me to post to our social media, hey, we're live, to let people
You
know.
also are the only one wearing headphones, which
Yeah.
means you can't hear anything because you're listening to the intro.
She does moderate our audio, though.
Yeah.
So it was playing out loud, and Josh thought it was your phone, and he's like, "Can you turn it down, Alex?"
Would you
Oh,
turn that
I
down?
heard you yell, but I didn't know that you were
It was-
talking to me.
it was my
He's like, "Oh,
headphones.
that was me."
It was me. I was like, oh, that's me. And you were just...
So anyway, breaking news.
Yeah, this is
AMC.
local.
This is local breaking news, but it's a big deal for me. Not so much for you guys, but just in terms of local, the AMC on DuPont is permanently closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
When did
as
that
of,
happen?
As of today, like
Oh.
Wayne posted it like an hour ago.
And we were just about to
so,
go see a Tuesday movie.
yeah.
Wait, no, Regal still does that, don't they? I think they have Tuesdays as well.
I
Oh,
think
I know
so.
AMC has like Tuesday $5 whatever's.
I think that's what I was thinking of, because we were
but-
going to go see No, it was, what's the phone? Black Phone?
Black phone.
Yeah. Anyways,
So that's sad because that was my
He literally
go-to theater. But I've even said the last few times I've gone, it's really been questionable on quality. And I think Cousin Andrew, I think this was DuPont or AMC on DuPont, but there was a major audio problem during like the trailer, so he went and told management, and they did nothing about it.
Oh
And so
no.
he complained to their customer service, which is just a Facebook Messenger account, and they gave him some free passes. So it made it right, but it was not a good.
Took more of a struggle.
Yeah, it was just so that led me to. There's only 2 major theaters in Fort Wayne. There's the AMC at Jefferson Point and the Regal on Coldwater. And for a city the size of Fort Wayne, that's surprising. You think
Yeah,
Very
it is.
surprising.
I mean, I thought.
Well, at the same time,
3
you
was a
don't
good
see them
number.
that they're not obviously going to be opening one anytime
No,
soon.
not with the way it is now. But if you think AMC on DuPont was kind of the north end, Coldwater was the middle, AMC on Jefferson Point was the south side of town. So you
Do you
kind of
think-
had all 3 levels.
I think someone's
Yeah.
gonna buy it.
So
Someone
I
has to buy
said
it.
the land sits in like 12 acres. That's worth
And
like
it is
1
growing.
point something million
They
dollars.
just
So
added.
Oh wow.
So they added stuff to it.
that area is. There's been stuff popping up on that area of DuPont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an area that could develop. So we'll see, but nobody wants to get in the movie theater business right now. It's just not very profitable.
No.
It's not a good idea to look into that right now,
I think
or maybe ever.
we're losing cinema as we go along. You know, it's
Mhm.
getting more and more.
Did they say
sad.
why they closed? Was
I read it, but
they
they
just
did
said
not
closed?
say.
Let's move into a little bit more upbeat here.
Well, can I ask Brett something?
Let's do that first, and then we'll do the other topic.
Okay. Oh, hey Brett, how's your eyeballs?
They're good. They are. The left one is still just a little bit behind the right.
Yeah.
But
Did you try
they're
these yet?
progressing along? No, but I watched Alex talk a bunch of shit and then cough her brains out, and I was laughing the whole time.
We're gonna,
I choked on
I know.
the chip.
I
Okay.
know. I just had to bust your balls
So-
about that.
yeah.
I went back and watched that that part of my stream.
I have to make sure I put that
And
up
I
on
was like,
YouTube for
you
you.
can see it in my eyes when I turned to the right 1 second. I'm like, oh my god, it's.
You're about to die.
I was like, oh my god, I think I actually have to leave for a second.
So, you want to try them?
I don't, and I
Oh.
would, but I really would need some milk or some ice cream or something.
We got milk.
because-
Oh,
Well,
it's not
I have-
that hot.
Says you, but you were there and you tried it too, and you said it was hot.
Josh
Jake
just
tried
had
it,
it
he
again
didn't-
today. Like, it's not like it's going to kill you. It's got a kick to it.
That's-
It's nothing hotter
Try the
than
weak
you would.
one.
Maybe at the end of the
Okay.
podcast, where I don't have to
We'll-
sit here and sweat, sit in my own ass sweat.
So, on this day in 1981, MTV debuted on cable as their first 24-hour music video channel.
I know, but do you like the memes that are going
That
around right now that
reminds
says "Thank you
me.
for 10 years of music"?
I don't think I mentioned it last week, but I did tell you that season 2 of Dark Side of the 90s started.
Oh
Yes, you
yeah,
did.
yeah, you
and I
did.
think episode 2 was all about how the real world kind of started reality TV.
They really
MTV's
did.
The real world.
And,
And I totally forget about them when thinking about the pioneers of reality TV, because
They really were.
the first thing that I think of is Survivor.
reality TV, I agree.
Survivor and maybe the Osbournes. They were one of the
Mhm.
first.
Yep,
but that
the
was
Osbournes.
MTV, wasn't it?
The Osbournes, maybe.
Or is it
I-
VH1?
I
I
was-
know it
Ooh,
was
it
a
might be-
cable,
it might be
music
VH1.
cable channel.
Might be VH1.
Cable.
Well, and then it's I think the Osbournes were the first ones, but then after that, all the other celebrities
then
started
it was
doing it.
like-
Jessica Simpson was another
yeah,
one.
no, I think and there was
The
like
Newlyweds.
Yeah, Newlyweds.
Tequila
that's what it was.
Tequila,
Yeah, that was
Shot
the other
at Shot at
Shot at
Love.
Love.
Yeah.
Flava
that
Flav.
one. I was gonna say Flavor Flav was.
Who's that other rock star?
Brett Michaels.
Michaels.
Yep.
Yes. So
What was
yeah.
the guy that the drummer guy? Was that
Tommy Lee.
no?
Well, that was a drummer.
No. I know, not him.
A drummer? I don't know.
There was a drummer guy.
There was a lot of
when I was
reality
in like
stuff.
early high school. There was one. That was
Mhm.
Instead of showing music videos, they took the musicians and put them in a reality TV show.
True.
Yeah, like followed your celebrity around in real life.
So that was very interesting. Just kind of because I never watched it,
Right.
but just to kind of see its evolution and what it did was pretty interesting.
So what's your favorite music video of all time? If you were to pick one that's like, oh man, that's like
Music
great.
videos, I never really.
Did you ever watch any?
No.
No? Oh, Alex and I are just gonna have to say
I'd
Linkin
say-
Park.
To me, they're too
Stuff.
I guess you could say
Probably.
artistic. Like I didn't get it.
No?
It wasn't for me.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'd probably say something from My Chemical Romance would be
Really?
one. Yeah, they always had some really good.
They did
music
have some
videos.
good ones. Well, on their 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge album.
That's like
Black Parade was pretty good, but
that one's Black Parade. Like
they got way more
They-
off.
yeah, they
artsy,
did. But I'm
too
saying like I'm
artsy.
talking like early
yeah,
early
right,
2000s.
right.
So I'd probably say something like that, or obviously early Linkin Park,
Yeah.
or Freak on a Leash was a really good music video because that's the one where you're following the bullet, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
corn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think
like
that one
one.
actually they won a Grammy for, and I think the director won something for that too. The first song that was played on MTV was "Video Killed the Radio Star," as a lot of
Yes.
people know.
Mhm.
So, by the Buggles. I hope I'm saying that right. So, Brett, how was your week? You got a little bit of a weekly update.
Week was
here.
good. My
Week
weekend was
good?
rough.
Oh yeah, what did you do on your weekend?
Well, I think I've talked about how I have a foot problem,
yeah.
and
Oh, Alex does.
I'm gonna
too.
say I have a foot problem.
middle
Probably
of
won't
the
know.
middle of the week the pain started, and
Oh, yeah.
I thought, oh boy. By the end of Friday, I was limping hard at work, and by Saturday, I could barely walk. And got better yesterday, and a little bit better today, and almost pain free right now. I can walk without limping, but Saturday I could not walk without assistance, and by that I mean grabbing a hold of anything stationary
Mhm.
and dragging my foot around.
Where is it at on your foot?
Well, it was all around the outside and even the top, and it was even swollen a little bit. So it was kind of all over except the arch.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's kind of where my pain's in like the well, I already got
But
diagnosed
is it
last November
plantar
with
fasciitis?
yes, that's what I got diagnosed with last year. But I am like 110%. I now have it in both feet.
Yeah.
Not just the foot that I hurt, which the foot that I hurt was my left foot, and now my right is like even worse. Like I feel like I'm probably like it's my left is healing, and it says that it could take like over a year to actually really heal itself.
I can normally keep it at bay if I keep my shoes fresh, and by that I mean getting new ones before
I
they
need new
break
shoes.
down. But every about 6 months, and maybe even not as often as that, like it hasn't been as bad as it was on Saturday for a long time.
Mhm.
So I accept that every whip stitch I'm due for some serious pain.
What are you doing, Josh?
I was fixing the fan question. It was messed up on our
Oh,
stream.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Josh gave me like a really nice foot massage. What, last night?
Last night.
Yeah, last night. That helps. But I mean, he apparently, according to him, is barely rubbing
Yeah,
my
it's
foot.
barely any-
And like he'll put the pressure on my arm to be like, I'm just holding it like this. And it feels like he's like grinding his elbow into my foot because it hurts that bad.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go to stand up and I'm like instantly limping.
Alex and I are doing chiropractic appointments weekly now. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
maybe you should
Yep.
get into something with your foot.
Well, yeah,
I
I've
need to
never
go
had
get
it looked at,
massages.
but honestly, I don't know what they can do about it.
Massage,
Yeah, probably
Maybe.
massage.
But
relaxing the tendons, and
Doing
helping-
like, hot
it'd
water
be more
bath
of
or
like
something on
a-
your feet and then giving it a good
it'd
rub
be,
down.
it'd be more like a what did they call it? Massage therapy. I
Yes,
guess.
massage
Yes,
therapy.
that's what
had
I
that
mean,
done to
like,
my lower
yeah.
back.
Yeah, Josh and I both
I don't know if
have
they will
had
work on
therapeutic
feet.
massages. Yeah, they have therapeutic
Oh, yeah.
massages
Oh,
for your
yeah.
feet.
Oh yeah, they can get pressure points on your feet. You'd be
Oh, yeah.
surprised what they can do on your feet.
Like Josh, I was having like a really, I was
always
having
wonder
my
if I should-
anxiety was
I
like
should
super
start
high, and
going.
Josh
I
gave
would
me that
almost
like
get a pedicure before going because
people touching your feet.
Well, it's not. I
Mm.
I wouldn't necessarily mind that, especially if they're making whatever's wrong with them better. But I
Right.
don't want them thinking these feet are disgusting.
Are you kidding? Why would they get into that profession if they cared about feet?
Yeah,
True.
I
Or
always think
Didn't care. You know
dumb-
what I mean?
yes. Dumb and Dumber when Harry's getting, or not Harry, when Lloyd's getting that they take a grinding wheel to his
Oh my God,
his
yeah.
toenails. Yeah. I will say, like, that's the best Josh and our feet have ever looked like after a pedicure. Like, and it's so satisfying. The only thing that I hate is that they exfoliate, at least where we went, they exfoliate my legs so much because they go from like your knees down to your toes. And then they put these hot, very, very hot scalding
God.
towels
It
around
hurts.
your, like, at the very end, so that
Really
you've
hurts a
already
lot.
been massaged.
Doesn't
And
it burn you?
Yeah.
yes, because your pores are opened up. And
Why would you want to be? Why do they want to burn you?
well, there was the last time we went. The first time we went, I was too embarrassed to be like, these are a little too hot. Can you take them off? Like, because it was enough to be able to handle it. But the
What did
last
you-
time we went, they put it on, and I automatically went, ah! Like,
What
and
did
it was
you
like boiling.
I think it was just our sensitivity to heat. At
It
that
could
point.
be. I don't know. But like,
Yeah.
I like kicked my foot, and I'm like, oh my God, she's like, too hot? I'm like, yes, very hot.
Very
Like,
hot.
felt
Very
like
hot.
lava on my feet.
Super hot.
But it does feel good because it relaxes your feet and your muscles when it's that warm. So.
Mhm. Yeah.
And they don't want to, and then they leave them, wrap them around your knees all the way to your toes, and then they leave it there for, I don't know, like 10-15 minutes for everything to relax and soak in the rest of whatever stuff they put on your legs, and then they wipe it all down, and it feels all nice and soft.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Josh is over here in the chair like, he looks like he's gonna fall asleep.
It's comfortable. It's
It
comfortable.
is. It's very comfy.
Yeah, for us, like for the work week, Alex is getting overworked. She's just been worn down and out.
I wish there was an end to it.
Me,
I saw it for a second.
yeah.
For a
The-
second.
The end.
You still don't want to change professions, do you?
I can't. No.
She enjoys it too much. She
Like,
literally just
it's
said
a
why I
love-hate
do it.
relationship
What
right
if
She
you
just
now.
did a
were-
video.
What if you worked 4 days and had 3 days off?
She does.
I already do.
What if?
I
if you-
still get like
what if you
45
didn't
hours.
work 45 hours in those 4 days?
That's what she scheduled.
Yeah.
And to not.
I know. I'm scheduled to not, and I still end up staying and working.
It's a busy profession.
It's
and just
needed.
getting
Like,
busier.
I can't just like drop what I'm doing and go. Like, I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, I would just end up putting more work on myself for the next day, and it would all
Right.
just pile up. So it's just everybody is short staffed everywhere right
Yeah.
now in every profession, and mine is getting hit
Well, it's been hit.
considerably bad.
It's been that way for you've been overworked. Not saying that you're not, but you have been overworked for
2 years,
a long time.
2.5
I
years.
would say even longer.
Well, straight.
Straight, yes. I mean, there was definitely like before 2020, it was, you know,
Periods
days where
of-
I'm like, or there were days or just straight up a week here and there where I'm like, oh my God, this week was horrible. But this has been continuously since like March of 2020. There has been a nonstop or it's still like climbing a slow slope up.
I remember because we both got hit immediately, and I got out of it because
you
I was
did.
done with it.
Here's the thing though, I feel really attached to it though, because if I leave that's one less person in the profession, and
Sure.
there has been a new study that came out that said with the amount of people that are leaving my profession, both nurses and doctors, that especially me being the nurse part of it, we would have to shell out over, it was like 30,000 new people a year to keep up with the people that are quitting. And if we did 30,000 a year, this is just nationwide, 30,000 a year, it would take until 2040 to get everywhere staffed properly.
Jeez.
I get it.
I get it.
There's not a lot you can do about
I
it.
can't. If I leave, then that just makes the situation worse.
What's
And
worse
then
is like she can say the numbers and
I
tell
care
you
too
the
much
stories,
about what I do.
but like it's kind of you have to see it. I've been there. I've only been at Alex's work before or after the busy times. I don't think I've ever hit the busy times there ever in the 10 years we've worked there.
Is there a point
crazy.
where you say that's enough? I've had enough.
Not yet.
I got to that point probably February or March of this year.
Oh, that was close. Yeah.
Yeah, it was close.
So is that just dissolved? Are you just gonna take it for the rest of your life?
No, I ended up very much like hitting probably the lowest point mentally that I've ever hit, and just said, you know what? I don't care if I don't have any personal time. I don't care if I have any vacation time left over. I'm not going in. Like, I need this. And luckily I have a very, very understanding boss, and they are very, you know what, if this is what you need to do it, because we're not losing you, kind of thing. Like, they're very supportive, and if we need a break, we need a break. They would much rather us take care of ourselves right now than, they get it, she's overworked, we're overworked, doctors are overworked, like that's just how it is, and you can only take so much at a time, and when it builds up and you need that extra day or that extra couple days, that's what you need to do, and that's what I needed to do, and it helped. I went and got a massage, I took the whole weekend to myself, I went to therapy, like I did things to help myself, and it does help, but it would be nice. It would be nice if there was way more people going to school and wanting to go into this profession, but
true. It's just not there at all times.
I care. It's the patients I take care of that make me say, well, if I quit, who's going to take care of them?
Sure.
Right.
One less person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's the patients that I save that get back into people's hands that keep me going. Fortunately, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of stuck.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, you'll probably find either a passion.
Can I do this until I retire? No. Do I have a plan B? No. I probably had that on the back of my mind for 15 years.
Well, hold on now. If you say that you can't walk away now, how do you think you are going to be able to walk away in 10 years?
Hopefully by then it's going to be better.
Yeah.
You cross your fingers. What's going to make it break me? I don't know. I could see myself if I got pregnant. I don't know if I'd be able to go back. That's one. Two is if I got severely injured, there is absolutely no way I'd be able to go back. Like, my job is extremely emotionally and physically demanding, and if those two things break, then I can't go back. So that is what would get me to stop doing what I do. So I'm very passionate about what I do, and I'm been told that I'm very good at what I do. I don't like sounding conceited, but I have lots of people say I'm very good at what I do. So
it's okay to say you're good at for you to say it, that's okay.
You've been doing it for so long. I think you got this. I think you got it.
I know, but I don't like saying that about myself. I should. Everybody says I should accept that, but
I'm good at what I do.
I'm good at what I do.
I'm glad. I know you guys are both good at
it. If you're good at something, never do it for free. I love that line. Love that line.
So
true. So true.
I don't know.
Absolutely true.
So true.
It's also that, and then
asking me for projects for free, by the way.
Too bad I can't get paid for knowing quotes.
I know, right? You know what? There might be something somewhere.
There is. Are you a handyman?
No.
Oh.
Are you
What's that got to do with quotes?
No.
Oh, I was gonna go into another profession you could do. There's an app called Tackle.
Oh yeah,
that.
Tackle.
What is it?
Where people can just do projects for other people and they just get paid for it, like
oh,
mounting
yeah.
Like
TVs.
for instance, like Josh did the gutters this week, and we could have gone on Tackle and been like, "Hey, can somebody come over and clean my gutters?" And we pay them to do it.
If I was good at it, and two, I liked to do it. Yeah.
You like decorating, like specific, like doing like hanging of TVs and stuff like that. You can do that.
I don't know if I like it. I can
fine.
do it.
I was trying to give you props.
I appreciate that.
Now, is that
a
way of making consistent money? It depends.
Yeah, it's like a type of door dashing.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on from there, we got some playing and watching to get into.
Yeah, I got some good
I've
stuff.
got some stuff I've been into too. Alex and I started watching Harley Quinn season 3.
So
my God, it's amazing.
It's great.
Ivy and Harley lesbians?
Yes.
Bisexual.
Well, yes,
okay.
I would say they're bi.
Because Harley just
They're
left
in a
Joker.
relationship.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, by the way. Harley just left Joker. Poison Ivy just left Kite Man.
They were about to get married.
They were about to get married. Then there was a whole villain situation happening.
Mind control.
We're getting into the Suicide Squad now. I don't know. That's the first time they've introduced that. Amanda Waller
now.
Like, I gotta tell you, Brett, if you've ever wanted to get into a today animation, this is a great show.
This is actually really good.
I think I still love season 1 more because the
I don't
animation's
think
better.
it's been a while since I've gone to a cartoon.
This still makes me lol.
Yesterday.
and-
Well, I mean, no, I'm not talking about laughing. I'm talking
Okay.
about with the mayor. Remember?
Yeah.
And then Josh. It's just out of nowhere. There's just like because it's brand new, I'm not going to spoil it. But there's
Yeah.
something happens
It's bloody.
and it's bloody, and you're just like.
How
It's just like a mouth drop. Like, this is a cartoon. You're like, well, there's a big turn of events.
They have every villain in Batman. They have like every hero. They just brought in Nightwing.
is
And
in
Nightwing's kind of an
now.
asshole.
He's kind of an emo asshole.
Yeah, because like Batman's got Robin, and then there's also Batwoman.
He's like, I'm Nightwing. I'm on my own. I'm not Batman and Robin. I'm Nightwing.
And he has to ride bitch on a motorcycle with Batwoman or Batgirl. It's kind of funny. I'd say check out season 3.
It's really good. I love
Harley
it.
Quinn's great. It's like if you watch the animated series, like from us, the 90s, it's a great addition.
I love Ivy and Harley together because it's like watching me because I have like kind of two sides to me. And
You're like a little
like,
excited, and the other one's like, "Hey, let's just chill."
I know, right? Like they're very like if I was very bipolar, that is what it would be.
Yeah.
One side of me, the other side of me.
Are you watching anything, Brett?
Yeah, I watched a couple of things.
Dark Side of the 90s, as you said.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna say that because I've watched 3 or 4 or 5 episodes of that. But
But that's not important right now.
no, the 4 things that I did watch Saturday night, Ashley and I watched Major League and Major League 2, which I had never seen before.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I really liked 1. 2 is okay.
2's okay.
1 is really good.
Seen
It
one.
really
I've been
bugged
trying
me
to make
that-
Josh
I've seen
watch
one.
It. You've not seen
I
it?
watched it with you.
When?
We watched it like freaking a year ago.
Yeah.
really bugged me that Wesley Snipes didn't come back to play Willie Mays
Oh.
Hayes in 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were good. I don't know why I've never watched it before, but
I'm surprised with how much you like that kind
and
of
I watched
stuff.
them on TV, so they were the edited versions. So
Oh, you need to watch.
they
watch
just
it
happened to
not.
be on, and I was like, yeah.
We watched it on streaming, Alex. I believe it was on Netflix a while back. Might have even been at the townhome.
Maybe.
First.
I don't know. I like Major League.
Yeah.
And then A&E is on season 2 of WWE Legends biography. Episode 1 was The Undertaker. Episode
Seen plenty
2
of his stuff.
was Goldberg.
Seen plenty of his stuff.
I didn't know. I mean, everybody knows about The Undertaker. I just didn't know how he came up, which was pretty interesting.
You didn't watch his documentary? He actually had
I'm
one.
gonna say there
No,
was
I
like
didn't
a
watch
really
this.
There's actually one that WWE came out with after he
It
retired.
was after he
I mean,
retired.
they-
It was very good.
It's
They've
very
done.
good.
They
Talks
they
about
did
everything.
Steve Austin. They did The Rock. They do most of them.
Oh,
but-
we also watched an interview with him and Joe Rogan, Undertaker,
Yeah,
and he
I saw
talks
that.
about he hardly talks about wrestling in that, and he actually
He
goes
actually
into depth
talks
about
about
his life.
His life, but you're like, oh wow, this is
He's into,
different-
like, it's a different
side.
perspective, yeah.
I didn't know he was into basketball.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But what
He's
I
a redhead too. It's so
is.
weird,
He is a
you know,
redhead.
like he's a full-on red hair.
the thing that I wanted to know, 2 things that I wanted to hear most about because I've never heard anybody, him or Mick Foley talk about was the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah,
Which I didn't know he's like begging Mick to stay down.
Yes.
You know, he's like, please don't get up, and Mick just keeps coming back.
he did.
And then the WrestleMania, the streak ending.
Oh
which
yeah,
was
that was-
Vince's idea, and it was a horribly bad decision to do. And then Paul Heyman, who was interviewed in it, made a very good point, which makes total sense. But he's like, look at some major superstars like Steve Austin's run as a top guy was maybe 3 years,
Yes.
and Dwayne Johnson's maybe around there, only because Steve was out.
Yeah.
John Cena had a significant more,
like 10.
like 10 to 15
yeah.
years, and Undertaker's had 30 years as a top name.
Right.
That's pretty
He's
impressive.
always been a main eventer.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ever since
it's-
Always.
he's got it.
Even
And
if he
they
doesn't
talked-
wrestle like the whole freaking year, and then he comes in for like a major match that starts some kind of feud, like 1, maybe 2, and
Yeah.
then he's at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They talked about
I was fine
his
with that.
debut as the Undertaker and how it was quiet in the
Mhm.
arena because people were just like, "Whoa,
Scared.
what is this?
They were
what is
scared.
happening?" Yeah,
Mhm.
He was
I
a
thought was
scary
pretty cool.
big man.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really thinking it from our perspective today. We're like, he's scarier. Like mid '90s, mid late '90s is what was his scariest
Mhm.
time.
He was, yeah.
He was in
Well,
the
because right after that,
the whole
the
Ministry
early
of
2000s is
Darkness.
when he went to American Badass.
that
and
never
rode the
went.
motorcycles.
He never really like. He kind of re-adopted Undertaker, but it was more
Yes.
mid.
Yeah.
He didn't do his crazy sacrificial
Sure.
stuff. He barely did
Well,
the
it's
eye
because
roll.
they were done with the Attitude Era by then.
And they're bringing it back.
Well, let's hope so.
Well,
That's one of my favorites, though.
It's
Undertaker's
crazy.
one of my favorites, especially when he's pushing down and he's got his tongue out and his eyes are rolling back, and I can't do
he
it.
tells the story about that. He did it, and the roster was watching on the monitors backstage, and he came back, and they're like, "That was freaking awesome! You got to keep doing it." And that's basically it was born that way.
Can either one of you do that?
No.
You can't do that?
no.
So then I watched Goldberg, and that one was less interesting.
Yeah.
He is just not an interesting.
he's not.
guy.
He's not an interesting guy.
You know, I
he
mean,
really isn't.
no fault to his own, I guess, but WCW did no favors for him with his career.
No.
They pushed him straight to the top before he was even ready, because he went into wrestling at 30 years old and was barely training to be a
I thought
wrestler.
he was younger.
No, because he was
looked
in the
younger.
NFL for a while,
Oh.
and he got hurt.
Well, I didn't
and
know how
ended
long
up
he was in
getting
the NFL.
cut. So he goes to the power plant at like 30, and just because he looked great, they brought him in as, who's next and all that. And
Well, it worked.
yeah, he went, but once he won, they didn't know what to do with him. Once he beat Hogan for the title, they did not know what to do with him. So they kept inflating his streak.
Yeah.
And then he loses to Nash at the
That's
Bash
my
at
boy.
the Beach, I think.
No, Starcade.
Starcade, that was it. He
I remember that
He
night
got tasered by Scott Hall.
by
and-
a fake whatever it was. I don't
Yeah.
even know what that thing was. Taped up.
But it was kind of cool, because the whole reason he came back to face Brock Lesnar was so his son, because his son, he had no idea who Bill Goldberg was as a wrestler.
I think Goldberg's still doing stuff, isn't he?
He might be doing public appearances, but he's not
I
wrestling.
thought he was doing some wrestling stuff still.
Well, not
Edge
according
just
to
came
this,
back.
but yeah. But that was it, and then what else? That was it. Yeah, I watched Major League and those biographies.
Still watching Solar Opposites for us. It's getting weird. It's getting crazy. Yeah, it's getting depressing. Actually, I don't even know.
Both.
Yeah.
It's still good.
I still don't remember like
We need to stop watching it at
So
night.
late at night.
We need to watch it like
during
in the
day.
afternoon.
But as far as playing goes, I got some stuff. I checked out Power Wash and Lawn Mowing Simulator, both, and I gotta say they're pretty meh. Pretty, like I thought Lawn Mowing Simulator was gonna be
That's what
better.
they're for. They're supposed
not
to be just
supposed to be
laid
exciting
back,
titles.
like
I didn't
You're not gonna
say
get a
that. I
rush.
said they're not. They're not. I'm just basically saying they're not for me. I'm not enjoying them.
oh, I thought you meant like they're boring. I'm like, that's kind of the point.
Not really.
They're supposed
There's
to
a difference
be...
between boring and still entertaining. Yeah, I'm not entertained by me cutting grass that looks like shit. It does not look good. It's not a good
I
looking
didn't
game.
see you do lawn mowing simulator because I was sleeping.
Power Wash was
Power
a little
washing.
more fun because it feels a little more
Accomplished.
in depth. Yeah. But as soon as I started washing the neighbor's yard and I couldn't get the doghouse 100%, I said, screw this.
You gotta get go prone and look up a lot of times
Underneath the
it's dirty.
ledges.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not really for me, but there's one game I want to talk about, Brett. This is one that I think you would really, really enjoy. I have to show you a photo of this. I just checked this out. I don't know if it's still for sale on the Switch. I don't think you have a Switch anymore anyway. It doesn't matter. But there's this game that I just got called Wrestling Empire.
Shout out to
Arrow, who is a viewer of mine who has been suggesting me get this for a while. And I was like, fine, I'll cave. I'll look at it. It's Nintendo 64 era kind of style, but it's like it's got
but it's on the Switch.
the ability to play anything. Like you can go into the back and do whatever. You can set up whatever matches. You can do all these crazy just do whatever you want. It's insane. You can just there's a in-depth roster. It's just huge. I don't know if I can really
Why don't you
show
tell them about your character that you...
I accidentally picked a 44-year-old person as my character for my career, so I'm gonna have to find a way to delete the data. But it looks just like it on purpose, and the everything in it is very it's very interesting. You have a lot of factions go up against each other. You can have a lot of people in the ring at the same time. It's just insane. I went backstage already and set up like 5 matches on accident. Like it's just filled.
I didn't see that.
But it's Nintendo 64 looking stuff. Like, I think it's something we could check out locally because it is
Is
only
it-
locally played.
Oh, it's only local. I was like, damn,
Mhm.
that would be actually probably be
It'd
fun
be
to play on
so
stream.
fun to play online.
Yeah.
But I just checked it out. It's pretty crazy.
Do you remember WW? I think it was F at the time. All Stars that came in on the 360.
It was it wasn't All Stars. It was
Yes, it was.
was you talking about the one where they're big characters?
I don't know if they were big. Just look it up.
Yeah. There was one where they're like really WWE. I think it. Yeah, you're right. All Stars. You're right.
I know I was right.
That one. It looked like garbage.
It was actually really fun.
I heard it was really fun for a lot of people because you could like do all these crazy moves in the
And
air
it
and you're
was,
like flipping.
they were like exaggerated.
Like look at
power
that
moves,
move
but,
right there. He's like way up there.
Um,
They're huge. Though.
THQ did it, which they did,
They did.
the 64 stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, that one.
they're all big
is-
looking.
THQ's not around anymore, are they?
They're not. No.
That's sad because that was a fun game.
It looked interesting to me because it was more along the lines of just arcade style, and
Yes,
you don't
that's
always
exactly.
you don't get
right.
that style anymore.
No.
Everything's too real. Like that's what the
because
Undertaker looked
the
like.
2K
Oh, that's the Undertaker.
the 2K series 2K series kind of took over.
Speaking of the 2K series, did you hear that they got delisted? The where is it at? I had this on the nerd news here. 2K17 to 2K20 were delisted from digital. All of them, just suddenly.
So, what WWE or
Yeah.
or everything 2K?
2K, yeah, WWE. 2K17 to 2K20 has been delisted.
Interesting.
What are they trying to remove here? Like it's kind of crazy. Like Vince gets removed, and now they're removing games from
Well,
digital.
I doubt they're related because
I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't think WWE needs an annual release.
No, they don't.
No,
In
no.
fact, I think that they need to stop it if they're going to plan on doing more, because they skipped a year and it helped. I
Yeah.
hear that their latest one was the best. Like
22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because either 20 or 21 was bad.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we watched videos on how
Yeah.
bad it was. Yeah, it was.
Are you playing
bad.
anything?
No, I don't think
Still
so.
going on with
Nothing
Yoshi's
new.
Island?
No, we haven't gone back to that in a while.
I checked it out. I've realized I've never played this game before.
Oh yeah,
I've never played Yoshi's Island.
No.
that's
No.
crazy.
I
you like it?
remember what?
Did you like?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I played a little bit of it. I'm on like I went to my first castle, so I'm at that point right now. But I played through a little bit. I'm like, I never played this as a kid. I have
I just
no
played through
memory.
Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Island is the one on the Super Nintendo, but you just Yoshi's Story is available right now on the Switch to play if you want to play it.
I can beat that in like
I know.
Yoshi's Island.
no Yoshi's
Story.
Story.
I bought Pokemon Snap one time, and I'll never buy her a 64
Yeah,
game
'cause I've-
again. She beat it in
I
2 days.
beat it in yeah. I mean 2 days meaning
Did you at
like
least wait till it was on sale?
No,
no.
it was just released.
I was like, oh yeah, and then we got because I know all of the like I don't want to say the cheats, but like the extra stuff to
Mhm.
get like the extra Pokemon that you can't see. Like I know
Yeah.
how to like throw Magikarp. Like you have to like keep throwing stuff at Magikarp down the river until it hits a waterfall,
When's,
and then you have to get Magikarp to go into a waterfall, and then you have to throw some extra
they have a
stuff
new
in there,
one
and then
coming out?
Gyarados comes out, and then you
They have a
can
new
take
one
your
coming
turn.
out, right?
Wait a minute, we had Pokemon Snap. What,
No. They have a new
uh,
one, right?
I
Didn't we
don't
just
know.
see a trailer for that? Like back in, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. No, I think no. You're probably thinking of like the new Pokemon games that are coming
New
out. Not-
Pokemon Snap.
No, the new Pokemon games. Oh, there is going to be
Yes!
on Wednesday.
Oh, never mind.
Wednesday, there is going to be a Pokemon conference.
What?
Yeah, it was. I just saw it on like Facebook or something today. Like IGN or something posted it. There's gonna be like an announcement. Basically, it's like a Pokemon conference. It's all about what's gonna be happening with Pokemon.
Oh, okay. No, Alex, new Pokemon Snap already came out. You played it. You
Yes,
hated it.
that's what I was
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Like I was like,
okay,
no, I've
okay.
already
That's
played
right,
this
that's
one.
right, that's right,
There's
that's
not
right.
another one coming
Oh, I
out.
thought there was another. The original just went to the Switch. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, and I beat that one already too.
Yeah. Moving on. What do you guys want to move into next? We got nerd news, or we can go into the fan question, or we can go into the movie club, whichever. Doesn't matter to me.
What do you got for nerd news?
For other news in the nerd realm, GTA 6.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
female protagonist is official,
Yep.
and it's in
Were
the.
we? Didn't we guess that?
We knew it was going to happen. We kind of had an idea.
It's just natural progression.
At this
okay.
point, it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And if they don't do a multi-character system, then I mean, I guess you might downgrade the series at that point. It might feel that way.
It was cool that it was a cool thing that they had never done before for 5.
Yeah.
If they do it for 6, cool. If they don't, that's cool too.
You'd be okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay. It wouldn't ruin the game for
No.
So if they do multiple protagonists, a lot of people are saying they'd like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. I
Sure.
said on our group, I don't know if it was to you or if it was, I said to somebody, if it was 2 girls and a guy and they had a love triangle inside GTA, that'd be insane.
That would be. I could see that going.
You can see it happening.
I could see it
Doesn't
happening.
necessarily have to be 2 girls and a guy. I mean, it could be any
Be
combination.
2.
Well,
I just literally. I
He
just
said a triangle.
I just said a love triangle at that point. You know, it'd be interesting if they did something like that of that nature. Did you also see Forrest Gump is getting remade in India?
Yeah, I did. I didn't read anything about it, but I kept seeing
Apparently,
stories about it.
apparently there's a lot of remakes that are made overseas. This one just seemed to make a lot of people just like, holy cow, Forrest Gump is a remake. I've never heard of that. And what they're going to do is they're going to make it go through India's pop culture, and it's going to be based in India. So that's interesting that they're going that route. So it's not going to be. It's basically just taking the same premise of a person going through a country's
So it's the
pop
same story,
culture.
but in India.
Kind of. It's going to kind of have the same story between a man and a woman and
Yeah,
them
that's
growing
what I
up
mean.
together.
Yeah.
But it's going to go through India's wars or
Yes,
anything
that's
that
what
they
I
have dealt
asked,
with.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
that's what they're going to do. I don't know. I think that's pretty interesting. I sent it to Quentin. He said that's, he didn't really, give me much of a reaction towards it. That's his favorite movie. Him and his wife that's their movie
Oh,
together.
okay.
So, Brett, The Backbone 1.
Yeah.
I showed you that video.
Mhm.
What do you think of that?
It's stupid. I mean, it's a gimmick.
Gimmick?
It's-
I want to
That's
show
fine,
this real
and
quick.
if people use a backbone to play on their phone, more power to you. I mean, I don't care.
Backbone. No, I've never heard of this before.
I will say in the marketing, in the Backbone's marketing, and other the Razer that has something called a Kishi, PS or Sony Remote Play is almost never mentioned in the marketing of any of these kinds of platforms.
Okay, yeah, Sony Remote Play. I don't even know anything about this. It's a thing that they've had going on for a while?
Well, it's not as good as cloud gaming with Microsoft. They don't have a cloud gaming, so you literally have to use Remote Play, meaning you have to be close to your console.
I saw that. That's pointless. Like when they did the video, I was like, why would you want to be close to your console and be playing on your phone? This
Well,
is like a
it's-
Wii U.
Well, no, it's if you only have one TV or the TV that the PlayStation is being occupied by somebody else, you
Yeah.
can still play
Just like a Wii U.
while they're using the
Yeah.
yes.
Wii
while
U
they're
can do
using
that.
The TV.
This is
So
essentially Wii U.
it's. I mean, the Xbox has the same kind of function, but it also has cloud gaming.
You're right. It's both at this point. Xbox has advanced themselves to the point where Sony is now behind.
Yeah.
And that was not heard of for a long time in the gaming
Well,
community.
not last generation. Sony
No.
was way ahead on
They were.
about everything, but
That's kind of weird.
it's turning around this generation.
I don't know, man. If Sony doesn't, get remote playing gear to where you can play it without a console, Microsoft's already on TVs on their own, with
Well,
Samsung.
They will be.
And they're already able to be cloud gaming and played through phones, and you can play freaking Halo Infinite on your phone nowadays. It's just crazy to me how technology has just
Mhm.
advanced. Anyways, that's all I really had for nerd news. Do you guys have any other like nerdy stuff to chat about?
I don't think so.
No. Let's talk about the movie club, Children of Men. You watched it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any reaction towards it because this movie was pretty intense for me and Alex. This movie came out in 2006, Christmas of 2006. I just looked. It's December 25th of 2006.
So they have it wrong.
It came out on digital,
Oh.
DVD 2007. So, but the premise of this movie, in 2027, in a chaotic world in which women have somehow become infertile, a former activist agrees to help transport a miraculously pregnant woman to a sanctuary at sea. Starring Clive Owen, Julianne Moore, Michael Caine. I'm gonna try this. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
He's been in a lot of stuff. You'd recognize him.
I tried. I even wrote it out as if it was like written on
Phonetically.
how to phonetically say it. And then Claire Hope Ashley, who plays Key. Yeah. What'd you think of this movie, Brett?
I didn't care for it.
I've been wanting to see this film since I learned of it back in 2007, and I just never got around to it.
Shoot. I just realized I got to pick a movie.
Yeah. So for Alex and me, pretty intense moments for us. I want to say personally, love this movie.
Yeah.
I should have bought it. Should have spent the extra $1 to buy it instead of rent it. Like, seriously, it was lovely. Freaking loved it. Michael Caine's character was...
I did like him.
That was
good.
very
He was
odd
good.
seeing him as
Julianne
a
Moore.
hippie.
He was a hippie.
Yes. Julianne Moore in it. Very briefly, kind of crazy. Spoiler alert at this point, by the way, guys. We're going to talk about this movie. Her death was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was...
Didn't think that was going to happen.
Nope. Mm-mm.
The story behind it all, the twist of Julianne Moore's death being more of a sacrifice to get Clive Owen to do more of what were they trying to do, really? Trying to just take over the clan at that point?
Pretty much, yeah.
The fishes, right?
The fishes, yeah. When they were escaping the camp, the entry into the refugee area, the birth, the moment of leaving the building when the ceasefire occurred, those were all just very, very intense moments. Like,
Mhm.
when that woman was singing and they were bringing the baby on through for the first child
though
in
she's, like,
18
bleeding
years,
out.
she had a mortal wound and she was singing praises to this child.
Mhm.
I mean, that's such a moving, touching moment. And Brett, you have no heart. Why didn't you like this movie? What's wrong with it?
I thought it was kind of hard to follow. I didn't really know why they were doing what they were doing. I did watch it with subtitles. I don't know. It was hard to get into. And then, 45 minutes or so in, I was like, okay, I get why they have to do what they're doing. I guess, was it ever said why infertility came about?
They didn't want that to be in the movie at
They
all.
didn't say why. There was a bunch of... They talked about speculation.
Yes.
Okay.
About, like, there was, like, a virus.
The point of the movie is
or-
to not
yeah.
even care about as to why. It's just
It's
to...
more focusing
more
on this
focusing
is
on-
what would happen,
right.
kind of thing. Like, there was, like, that moment where he's talking to his connection and he's like, why do you even care anymore? Because, or why do you still care about these types of things? Because in 100 years no one's going to be around to
That's a good point.
see this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of puts things in perspective.
The atmosphere is bleak and apocalyptic.
Yeah, it was.
The widespread suicide kits are sent out via government due to infertility and people getting depressed and not wanting to move on. Didn't catch
that was
that.
interesting.
That was very, very sad
Mm-hmm.
that they're doing that. In this film.
Well, if there's one point during the movie where you hear Michael Caine's person say that they're rationing antidepressants.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Like when when he first goes and visits Michael Caine's character, and they're over there and they're smoking weed, and he's just like he's like, but ganja's still legal, or ganja's
Illegal.
still here, or
Still illegal.
oh, that's what he said.
Yes.
Oh, he's like, but I still like, and he's over there planting plants,
He's planting
and he's
it
just
and
like,
selling
he's
it.
like,
Wow.
he's like, the government's rationing antidepressants, but I'm over here,
Yeah.
He's like, but there's still ganja. It's like,
Yeah,
that works.
his character is so interesting. Seeing him get shot though was
Aw,
not
it was very
nice
sad.
to see.
Michael Caine is such a
Mainly
lovable
because of
person.
his grandfather charm.
Yeah.
That he has. He acted so well when she was going through the delivery. That was so
That
realistic,
seems very
walking through and on the
realistic, yeah.
bus and the birth itself. Does that really happen that quick? I mean,
I've heard. I mean, ask my mom when my brother was born. It was just a.
yeah. But this was her first.
I thought the acting was very good.
Yeah.
Did you
The
guys
acting
catch Charlie Hunnam?
performances. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
Patrick.
Let me show you, Alex.
I heard him. I heard him.
Did you
before I saw
enjoy
him.
his wig?
What? He's the guy. Was he the guy with the dreads?
dreadlocks,
Yes.
yeah.
I knew it. I was like, damn, I know this guy. That is him.
Yes, that's him.
I was really
Let me
happy
get
when
it
he
up
died
here
or
on
got
this.
Yeah,
shot.
He was a jerk.
He was an asshole.
Yeah. There we go. I had to type it up. Charlie Hunnam, Children of Men. He just looks so bad.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Dang.
This was right before Sons of Anarchy started.
Really?
Look at that wig, though.
I know.
So bad. He's
Yep.
such a bad character too. Yeah. Anyways, moving on from that chat. Got some facts about this movie. It's based on a book. Don't know if you
Yeah,
know
did
this,
not
Brett.
know that.
Well, it's like one of the first lines in the credits, I think.
Yep. And in the book, men are infertile.
Oh.
So they switched shit for this one. The background has more going on than the foreground in
Sure
this
does.
movie the entire
Yeah.
time. Pay
Yep.
attention to the entirety of this film.
Yeah, it was saying like that
You get to-
avoiding fertility tests was a crime, like it's illegal.
Mhm.
That was a weird thing to see.
Well, I
was
mean,
like, really?
you got to understand, like if
Humanity is at
humanity is at stake, so
Right.
everybody needs to be tested.
Right.
But I didn't really get the whole immigrant situation.
Oh, over there, there's a lot of immigration issues. It's actually a thing.
Well, I didn't realize why it was such a prominent thing in this,
because it's an issue there, and it's really
so.
bad.
But they're going between
Refugees.
infertility and
Fuji's.
yeah.
what they call
I know,
Right,
but
that's
I really didn't understand the connection between are we concerned about this or are we concerned about the infertility?
They're making it still an issue when it shouldn't be. Is what this film is portraying.
Okay. All right.
They're not
that's what was
focusing on the real issue. Is what's going on with the government.
Okay. All right. So it's just like government based stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What else is on here? You can see all the state of things in the background via the artwork and how it was shot.
Yeah.
So
if you see something like what it's like odd or suspicious, reported.
You
or-
actually see a lot of
there's a lot of that kind of stuff.
predestination thing on most of unlike the characters. You see a circle around one or an X on another. It's kind of weird how you just gotta watch the movie and it makes sense to you. The director said he didn't want to make a movie where it ends when the credits roll. He wanted to make a film that when the credits roll, that's really the beginning of the film. And it kind of does end where you want to see where it takes off from there, really.
Kind of. Yeah.
And the rest and the
Because
beginning
you don't
the
know
rest
how
of the
it.
film
Yeah.
kind of just don't know how to take it, The bombing of the city at the end, that was just a whole nother like why are you doing
Why to get rid of the
to-
problem?
why go to such lengths, Theo never touches a gun in this movie
That's why I was just like, he needs
Yeah.
to pick up a gun. He needs to
Or-
pick up a gun.
or never smokes an entire cigarette.
Yeah.
You're right. No, he doesn't. He
Puts
always
them out
tries
every
to, but then
time.
has to
Yep.
put it out.
The newspaper room where Clive Owen was held
Yep.
for a brief moment was the most difficult shot due to how many different headlines and stories had to be printed on newspaper. Every
Yeah.
single one is different.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
And when you see Julianne Moore's character for the first time, her name is Julian in this. So it's like,
Yeah, it's
it's
weird.
not even that difficult for the call out.
Julianne Moore,
But when
Julianne.
she is introduced, there is a headline behind her that says more.
Really?
Yes. At the time of filming, Froley had no historical origin and it was made up for this movie.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because she was getting. Remember
Say
the-
that again.
Foley.
Froley.
The name.
Froley. Yeah.
Has
she
no
was
historical-
Gonna name her son if she had a boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, has no historical accuracy or
So
value.
it's just a random
Origin,
name.
just a random name, and it was kind of made up on the spot for this film, so that way it could be something of its own significance. So
Mhm.
anybody
Okay.
named that after this point is from this film.
Oh, wow.
Final thought: I thought it was very good. I'm giving it a 9, and I wish I would have bought it.
I give it
Is
like
it one
a-
you'd really want to watch again?
Absolutely.
I think so. I like.
I want to see the
enjoyed
background.
it.
I want to see what happened in the coffee room before he left because I wasn't expecting an explosion.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I want to see what's on the streets more.
Yeah, there's
All those
definitely a
signs.
lot of, like Josh said, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background.
And I don't find this movie as depressing as some would because it's basically today for some
Well,
people's
There
lives.
is actually
Yeah.
quite a bit.
There's a lot of, like,
similarities. It's supposed to be
similarities.
taking place in 2027.
Yes. 5 years from today.
So it was filmed and released 20 years prior.
Yeah. So
I'll give it a 6.
you didn't like it. Just
I
boring.
don't know if
Couldn't follow.
I mean, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just didn't care for it.
I think Clive Owen's amazing on screen and everything he's in is
Oh
just
yeah,
great.
he did great.
I don't
yeah.
think I've hated anything, super.
I give
that
it
he's
like
been in.
7.5.
Yeah. So Brett, you gotta choose
Yeah,
for
I'm
the next
looking.
one. You're looking. We're sitting in August here. Horror month is next month. Maybe we go 2 months, or do you want to go October? Do you want to go October? Do you like that's only going to be 4 movies? Do you want to do more
I
horror
don't
movies?
think we need to do 2 months of horror movies.
Well, maybe we'll make it 6 weeks.
We can extend it till we get 2 choices.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like it went by really fast. Because what happens if we like miss a week or something like that? Like,
Yeah, 2 choices.
Yeah, maybe we'll do we'll have 2 extra.
So
choices.
mid-September is when we're gonna start our horror choices. So when we get to the cycle, we got to have those ready.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like a lot of people
I feel like
really
one of ours
enjoyed
is gonna
that.
be Halloween Ends,
Mm.
right?
When is it coming out?
October.
No shit. When?
I don't know. The
Okay.
middle.
Middle of October.
Yeah, so it's going to be
I
within
mean, that's
one of our
definitely
cycles.
going to be one of
I
them.
mean, for us following the franchise as we have this new trilogy, I think we should just to have it be.
I mean, not just
agree.
because of that. I really want to see it.
We all want to see it.
Which is just, it's so weird that I'm liking these movies, but I'm just not a huge fan. Sorry, Patrick.
I don't think
I'm
you're
just
sorry.
not
I don't think you are. I don't think you're sorry at all.
I'm really just.
I don't think you.
I was really expecting Halloween, the original Halloween, to be sheets over my face, like, oh my god, and I ended up just laughing.
So I think you'd be this. I think the original Texas Chainsaw would mess with you.
Oh, I don't want to watch that. I've seen it.
No.
That was the
You
movie.
have?
Yeah, that was the movie that scarred me. Besides,
Wow.
scared me.
Don't be scared.
Stop. Besides, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is not scary.
It is scary. It's still if static comes on the TV, which it never will unless
I don't
have
think
an old TV.
There's
Static
no
comes
such
on the
thing as
TV.
static on
I am
TV
not
anymore.
touching the TV. I am running into the other room.
Speaking of static, did you know that they made another sequel to VHS?
You can't have static on TV.
That's why I just said unless it's an old TV.
It's here, VHS.
I do not want to watch VHS.
99.
No. Don't want to watch it.
Shudder
No.
has it. VHS 99 is announced 4 days ago, actually.
No.
So
No. There's
how many
other
are
movies.
there? How many are there?
Movies.
What?
There's other movies to watch.
Maybe I recommend VHS again so we can finish it.
I don't want to. We shut it off because it's that
Go on.
disturbing.
So it's VHS, VHS 2, VHS 94. How do you go?
I don't know. Obviously, because it's a VHS movie and 94 being 1994.
VHS Viral is VHS 3.
Oh, okay. Well,
That box office was horrendous. 82,000 in the box office. Get out of town. That is you can't look at a franchise that way. So I want to touch on something real quick here while you're still looking at a movie, Brett.
Okay.
Fantasy is coming up. Football starts this
Yeah.
week.
Well,
Preseason's on the 4th.
Preseason.
Football starts this week.
I don't really count the preseason.
Football starts this week. The referees are on the field. The cleats are touching the grass.
And it
Football
means-
starts this
and
week.
It means nothing.
Football starts this week, so you better keep an eye on your players. So fantasy is starting up this month for most people.
as Josh is wearing his Vikings hat.
Is exactly why I'm wearing it.
Okay, yesterday we
What
were
do you
in
mean
Target.
fantasy starting this month? Like maybe they'll have the draft.
That's what he's saying is to watch
Yeah.
your players.
Okay.
Am I speaking English here?
I
Are you
don't-
listening?
I've never heard anybody go into, oh man, it's the preseason.
I'm getting
Woo!"
it pumped because the PTO Unlimited podcast is hosting a fantasy, and we're going to have a full 10.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about
last
this.
week of August. Nobody cares about the
Okay,
preseason.
Brett doesn't give a shit about the PTO Unlimited podcast fantasy, and I was trying to
Didn't
pump
say
it up.
that at
I
all.
was trying to hype it up. I was very excited about it. So
Well, do you even know when we're having the draft?
I don't care. I know what's happening.
What?
I know what's happening.
Josh just wants football to start.
I'm very excited about football. I've been playing Madden.
I
Do
was
you
trying to-
actually watch the preseason games?
If I'm able to, I mean, maybe I wouldn't see why not.
Okay.
Want your opinion on that too?
I was trying to say that we saw somebody yesterday in Target. Remember that we bumped? Not
Yeah,
bumped
they had a
into.
Vikings hat.
No, it was Vikings hat, Vikings jersey. Like
Yeah.
the dude was like
They were
decked
wearing
out
Peterson.
yeah, he was wearing.
Well,
Does it matter?
I got rid of my
The,
stuff.
I mean, August. I hate August. August is the worst month of the year for me.
Why?
Because I'm done with the heat and I'm ready for football.
It hasn't even been that bad this past couple days. So we've been
Past
able,
couple
we've
days
been,
out
we've
of
been,
all
we've been
summer?
actually it hasn't even been that bad. Like
It's gonna be.
majority.
It's been a hot summer.
Majority is
Alex,
awful.
you say that every summer.
Majority.
It's been a hot summer.
Well, it
has.
we
It's,
didn't.
the beginning of this summer in June there was a week where it was nothing but over
I
100
agree.
degrees.
I agree, but you say that every summer.
Have you picked a movie yet so you can stop staring at your phone so
No,
much?
I'm looking.
I've never seen you so. Did you not have a list prepared ever?
I think I went through.
I
them
have
all.
3 movies prepared for the next choices
I
for
think I
me.
went through them all. I was like, crap, I'm out of
Really?
ideas. I think so.
Holy cow,
Okay,
dude.
well
Let
then,
me go
while
back
Brett's
to it
still
real
looking,
quick.
why don't we just move on to our fan topic?
Yeah, we got the fan question.
Oh,
to
are you
move
done
into.
with the football?
Oh, I was
topic?
going to talk about Zach Wilson.
Oh, who's Zach Wilson?
He's the New York Jets quarterback who got dumped by his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sad?
he's like the main quarterback right now. Like,
Okay.
What's even worse is she claims he slept with his mom's best friend
Ooh.
because on social media she was being called like a team swapper or a player swapper because she started dating his ex-girlfriend started dating his ex wide receiver.
Is that why we saw that TikTok that said
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. She's like, she's a 10, but she has all your the other players' numbers of the team. And the guy's like, it's a 0. Like,
Because she was dating
zero.
because she was dating her ex-boyfriends then ex-boyfriends now. So it's all been a whole bunch of NFL drama just to get the Jets up.
Well, and Deshaun Watson is going to be suspended for
6
games, Alex.
6
6.
for the 30 allegations of sexual misconduct.
Again, allegations has not been charged,
True.
but he's in violation of the code of conduct, so that's why he got 6 games.
Yeah, and the Browns are. I don't know, man. This is
They
So
have
this was the
no
very first year.
quarterback.
So here's the deal.
third
My
string
mom came
Again,
over.
for
My
6 games.
my mom came over this weekend to help with some yard work, and she pulls up, and we go. She picks me up, and we go to like Subway real quick. And as I get in their car, her car's usually pretty decked out in Browns stuff year round. And I was like, I'm gonna have to get you some more Browns gear. And she like put her finger up, and she's like, no, I'm not having anything else this year. And I'm like, what? And she like got mad. She's like, I don't want to talk about the Browns right now. And
Well-
like got like really pissed off.
So they're paying him. They're paying him an extraordinary amount of money. He
Yes,
hasn't.
Deshaun
He
Watson.
didn't play last year,
No, he didn't.
so
Why not?
because of the I think it was because of these allegations.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't suspended, or
Houston was like, I don't know the details to be honest.
Okay.
I just know that this was a thing, and that Houston wasn't going to play him, and then they traded him, and it's such a Browns move to probably he may be great, who knows,
He might.
but with him being kind of in limbo, they're like, beat it, Baker, we don't need you. So they had to know that Deshaun was not going to be available for at least part of the season, but Baker wasn't good enough to
he was
fill
fine. I
fill
thought he
the
was
void
great.
until he gets back, which who knows why, but
Carolina will use him just as well, I'm sure.
they still won't win
Yeah, McCaffrey.
if he can stay on the field.
Well, we'll see. I've actually got a list of like first round drafts that should be picked, and I'm just looking at a few. I'm just like, ooh.
Julio Jones went to Tampa Bay.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I got my eye on freaking Jonathan Taylor. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be crazy.
He'll
on the
probably
field.
be the first pick in most drafts.
Most drafts. Yes, he should be anyway. Unlike Brady, who picks a defense.
Yep.
Okay, so didn't I do the exact same
No.
thing?
You picked
Or no,
No.
I picked. What did I
We
pick?
Lamar
picked-
Jackson. Who
We
hadn't
picked
played
Alex and I
down
picked
yet.
quarterbacks.
No, the very first draft that I did. Like
picked
what was?
Lamar.
Okay, then I just remember you guys got mad at me for the order I picked things. You're like, Alex, did you know?
I
Because
think,
I think
you
I
picked
picked.
two quarterbacks in a row.
Maybe that's what I did. I don't know. I don't know. But you guys were like, you don't do that. I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I just.
The reason you don't,
I
is
get it
because
now. I get it now.
Generally, you can get a pretty good quarterback in the later rounds. Which
I think I'm going
allows
to
you
draft
get-
this year differently than I ever have.
Might
Oh,
for
I've
the
already.
first time.
I've already got
Are
it.
you okay?
get a bump.
Dude, I've been getting bit up too. Around
I've got
the
a
na-
strategy
around
for
the
this
yard.
year.
What?
I'm winning. I'm winning this year.
I'm actually going to go in this year a little. That's why I'm excited because I'm going to be a little more into it this year than I ever have been.
I was very meh last year.
Same.
I was very just didn't really.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't
why
know
I
why.
feel. That's why I feel a little more into it this year.
Yeah.
But fan topic. This one's interesting. Brett, I don't know if you've ever kept anything from your childhood.
Well, I did have to think about it when you
I hope you had to think about it.
posted this.
Has anything from the fan question ever come like immediately to you?
Oh, I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything offhand.
I made this meme on the top of my head because SpongeBob is so memeable. Everything that he does.
So why don't you read? Because for our audio listeners,
I'm like, so SpongeBob's yelling at Squidward, I'm going to be a big person when I'm an adult. Just you wait and see. And then me as an adult laying in bed with my baby blankie and just sitting there all like cozy. So what's something from your childhood you've kept and will never get rid of?
So I think it was probably more in my early teen years, but I have 2 Detroit Red Wings replica jerseys. One's red and one's black that are still in my closet. I never wear them, and I probably never will, but I won't get rid of them.
You won't. Is that from your childhood? You've gotten that?
Well, I just said that.
You
I
just
was my
said
How old were
early
you?
Teenage years, probably.
Teenage? Oh,
Probably, I think I was 13 or 14.
I was thinking younger than teens.
well, I was thinking just anything like you're an adult now, so something from your
yeah.
When you
younger
were
years.
before you were an adult, which suggests 18.
True. Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that. Alex, do you have anything?
How long have you had your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles flag?
That wasn't that long.
Not very long. 2012.
Okay, I thought it was like older.
Sam,
I thought it was vintage.
didn't you have something else from as a kid that was TMNT? I know you have something else. You had something that you had to grab
I
from
have my puzzles that my mom glued
that.
together.
That's from your childhood,
Sure.
and you were pretty stoked about her keeping that.
Yeah.
So at this point, if you're going to consider the flag from TMNT being considered from childhood that you still have, then you can consider the GTA stuff because that came out a year later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. But no, for me, I have a blanket somewhere that Alex.
I have to go and clean up the basement now.
You made a mess, didn't you?
I
I didn't want you to dig.
I
that
wanted
much.
to. Well, I mean, it needs to be reorganized anyway.
No, it's because you did that
Why were you messing up the basement?
I was trying to see if I could
for
find
visual
his
aid.
blanket for.
Yeah.
I know we have it because it's like kind of in shreds and it's like greenish blue and
Yeah.
yeah. I know exactly what it
It's
looks
been in
like.
shreds for a long time.
Like I know what it is. I know it's in a box.
I just wonder. You know, I bet you it's up here.
It's not.
Okay. What do you have?
I have a lot.
I know you do.
I have a
You're
lot.
very sentimental.
I was actually like when I was opening those boxes, I actually kind of forgot that I have some of that stuff.
True. You will.
But the other half of the question is, and we'll never get rid of, because I was also going through the box and going, damn, I don't need this stuff anymore.
No, you don't.
Like some of
right?
the stuff is like it really doesn't have any sentimental value. Like it was
Right.
just really old stuff that used to sit on my mantle, like in here in my room, and like it was like, man, I don't
I
need
try
this stuff.
not to
Keep clutter.
clutter.
Well, but then I found other things, and one of the big things was the oldest thing that I have. One of the oldest.
Oh
things.
yeah, you have that bear.
I have my teddy bear from when I was younger, like young, like at least elementary school, like early elementary school.
Yeah.
I do also have. I don't know where she's at, but I know I'm pretty sure she's in the attic still somewhere.
Your
I want
Barbie doll
I
head.
want Crystal gone.
Bust.
Yeah, my my size Barbie is somewhere in this house in the attic. No, maybe that's what's haunting this freaking
Could
house.
be.
We need to find her and get rid of her. No, I went through that box and I found my Game Boy and my battery.
I do still have my Game Boy. It doesn't work, but I'm like,
Yep, I found my
why
Game Boy
throw this
Color.
out, you know?
It's the see-through purple one, but I found my battery pack that goes to it too, like
Wonder if I still have
the
mine.
extra battery pack.
Mine's green.
I'm never gonna get rid of that one. I still have my Furby baby. Never getting rid of those. I know how annoying they are, but I'm never getting rid of them.
True.
And I found a couple old Beanie Babies at the bottom of a box, like that were
They're worth nothing.
They were so huge in the 90s, man.
There were two. There was like
Makes
a
you
Bear
wonder
Angel
if
one.
our parents
and
missed out on like not doing what they should have done, and that's sell those things. Maybe they should
Sold them
have.
while they were hot.
Yeah,
'cause they were at one point.
it's
there's
not gonna get
also
any
there's also a
better.
couple music boxes
Yeah.
that I had that open up
Mhm.
that I kept a lot of like personal things, like memories and stuff in.
Yeah, like movie tickets and
yeah. Like I found it. It had
places
like
you've
my
attended, pictures.
uh Yeah, it's got all that kind of stuff in it. But yeah, I found all that downstairs, and I'm like, oh wow, well, yep, not getting rid of that, not getting rid of it. Just put it back in the box. I'm like, why I keep it? Same reason everybody else keeps it, sentimental value. But those are some of the things. But the oldest thing was my teddy bear.
I've got Discord here, and if you guys are not on the Discord channel, it is free to join, and you can just chat with everybody. You can mute it if you don't want to have anything going on. You can just be in there, chime in whenever you feel like it. But we have podcast topics in there and other memes and stuff and all these different channels. But we got one from Arrow, and he says, I've had so many sentimental memories as a child, so it's hard for me to list one that I could never get rid of. But if I had to choose, I'd most likely won't get rid of the times where I would kill it in the football field and was named defensive MVP and was the youngest player to do so. So we got, prizes for that. That was the youngest.
Oh, I still have my ribbons.
Ribbons like that.
I still have ribbons from elementary school winning in the science fair.
You have like participation ribbons too.
I do from track and cross country. Screw you. They meant something. Okay,
no,
I got
they
a ribbon.
Don't. Participation trophies mean nothing.
I didn't see a trophy. It was a ribbon.
They don't. This is the same thing.
It was a ribbon that made me go, next time, I'm not going to get a participation ribbon. I'm going to get a first place ribbon. It was motivation.
It was just cheaper than getting a participation trophy.
Oh, they did not give participation to everyone.
Oh,
it was only to like the first 20, and I mean we went to huge middle school, so in cross country like half the school
they couldn't
felt
afford to give everybody a trophy.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you that the first 20 people, so if you came in the top 20, and then eventually I feel like the ribbons motivated me because I would post them up, and
the top 20 of how many?
A lot,
like out of the
probably like 100 kids running.
Okay.
Yeah. Since my phone's dying.
Yes, those meets took forever. In elementary school.
Got one from Bragg, and he said, the handwritten code my grandpa wrote for the Sidewinder missiles guidance system that is still used today. Parts of it was blacked out by the Pentagon for obvious reasons, along with a few of the punch cards that was used to make the programming back in the 50s. For those who don't know, punch cards were used to program 1 byte at a time on the original computers that took in entire warehouses. So they'd have little holes in them, so they'd go in and they'd tell them the data through that. Kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. How crazy is that? That's how old school computers ran. Yeah. Almost biometric,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy style like that, where it's like real simple.
It's almost like hard to comprehend that it was like that.
Filled rooms. And now we're holding on to them. So crazy.
We're holding it.
So crazy to me. Do you have Instagram, Alex?
Yeah. I was trying to think of other old things. Well, I mean, obviously my favorite Pokemon cards I still have too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We got Terrible Terror Podcast.
Shout out to them.
He said, I've got my NES that'll end up traveling with me no matter where I end up. I also think I have one of my stuffed animals, a small pink panther, in a box somewhere.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we still have we do have the 64. We have the 64 and we have the Super Nintendo downstairs.
You do, yeah.
Jersey Comic Crew Podcast.
Shout out to them.
I've got old comics and original Pokemon cards.
Okay.
Which, yes, I mean, I very much appreciate the Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards I still have, actually. Yes.
Yes, you still have yours too.
So that is the one from my childhood that I'll never get rid of.
We've got Ashley.
Shout out to her.
Ashley says, I still have my childhood teddy bear.
Oh, okay.
And we've got Paranormal Pativity Podcast.
Patrick
says, I have a glasses Snoopy bank. A glass? I think he meant that. Glass Snoopy bank filled with coins I'd never break open. I also got a Pee Wee Herman doll and a green tractor trailer toy truck.
Aww.
Patrick, that is the most adorable thing I've ever read. Can you, if you find it, can you send me a picture of it, please?
I want to see it. He's on a trip right now. So
that's right. Yeah, he's on a trip right now. Patrick, that's super
I got
adorable.
something from Facebook. One from Amber. She said, my fat cow. It's a stuffed animal, and I love cows. So stuffed animals.
I've got 2 more on Facebook because I
Okay.
shared it on mine.
Mm-hmm.
We've got my dad who said, memories of my Grandma Jerry in her kitchen making meals for my sister and I. She'd always be in her print dress and a white lacy cooking apron, all scratched, no measuring cups, flour everywhere. I think he's talking about more of a memory than the actual thing. But let's see here. yeah, that's memory. I mean, I'll just go ahead and read it. Grandpa Bob would be in the living room on his recliner with a spittoon by his side and a big bag of chewing tobacco. He'd be watching any sports that were on his 12-inch black and white TV. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
This would be about 1970, 1972. They've both been gone, yes, now for many years. Love them both so much. And then my aunt, or actually more cousin. Yeah, she's cousin, not aunt. My cousin Kathy said, my blankie. It's what I use every night still, torn up and very threaded. All right. And then I've also got a text from my mom.
Oh, okay.
She said, that's pretty obvious, Mom. All my music boxes. She's very obsessed with music boxes. Well, and the ones that I still have too. Music boxes, stuffed bunny, and special jewelry. I also have special jewelry that I will never get rid of. It doesn't matter how rusted and old and there's jewelry that I received as gifts. Oh, that's one thing that I totally forgot that I keep. That you always ask me why I still keep it. No.
Oh.
Birthday cards.
Yeah.
I have like a suitcase.
Will you ever go back and look at them though?
No, but I don't like I feel bad throwing
I
out
keep them for
cards.
the year, and then I'm like, okay, it's a new year, throw one out.
Yeah.
No, someone took the time to like buy this and think of me and write stuff down.
I don't think they're supposed to be immortal.
I have them. I think I started saving them after like my 9th or 10th birthday. Like that's how many I have. Like I have graduation cards, happy birthday cards, anniversary cards. I don't throw them out. I have all yours too. Anytime anybody sends me a card, I just keep them and they go into the suitcase. Now, where do they go after the suitcase? I don't know. I just don't feel bad that I threw them in the trash.
After about a couple years.
I have all my 18th birthday, graduation cards. I mean, that kind of stuff is sent on because people write little things like, good luck on your career, blah, blah, blah.
As they should be, yes.
I still have 16th birthday, like the big stuff.
Right.
So it's stuff I can pull out when I eventually have a child and be like, hey, look, this is what if that ever happens. But.
Did you choose a movie?
Did you choose a movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, we've had this on before, but we didn't end up watching it, and I don't remember why.
Okay.
But we're going with Heat.
It's because I wanted that as our movie. That's what it was.
Yes, we've had that suggestion
we didn't do
before.
it. I don't know why, and I just saw a clip of it actually because Val Kilmer is actually praised in this movie for doing a proper reload of a gun that is actually shown in gun training. Like he does a reload on the street that's proper, and it's so crazy that he does it so well.
Did they explain what exactly he did that was so right?
I'll have to show you the TikTok of it, but they said something about the fact that he like unclips it proper and he puts it in and does something like proper hand motion or something that's
pistol?
really. No, it's an AR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a little more intricate, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to show me that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That Val Kilmer gets praised for this. But I've been wanting to see it for a while.
I keep reading in some headline about there's a sequel. And I didn't know if it was real or not.
Okay.
I figured if it was real, we would have heard a little bit more about it. So maybe it's not real. But either way, it's got De Niro and
Val Kilmer.
Is there one other one?
Yeah. I don't. My phone just
might
died.
be Pacino.
So let me look it up. Actually, Alex, I got this.
Oh,
we got a computer right here.
I was like you kind of have a computer that we're staring at. You actually have.
Was it 1995? Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Robert
95.
De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer, Ashley Judd. Wow.
Oh, we're going back to Al Pacino.
John Voight's in it too. Mm-hmm. Al Pacino seems to be your go-to, Brett.
Not on purpose. I don't
have anything against him. I'm
didn't even remember
really
that he was
loving
Yeah.
seeing him in movies. Like I have a very, I've developed a very good attachment to him as an actor.
And what he's done, yeah. A group of high-end professional thieves start to feel the heat from the LAPD when they unknowingly leave a club at their clue at their latest heist. Sorry, I don't know why I said club.
I was like, why? I
don't know why that right there looked like a B to me, but I'm stupid. From this range, it could have been anything. Written and directed by Michael Mann. What has he done? Collateral. That's a great movie. The Insider. Okay. So yeah, Heat. I'm happy we're choosing that because I've been wanting to see it again, but it is freaking 2 hours and 50 minutes long.
Holy shit.
So,
damn.
I did watch one other thing.
Yeah.
And it was, not to derail, but that
Oh, you good?
That trailer, that quick trailer on IMDb, that looked like Tom Sizemore.
I would be surprised if. Wait, in here? In this?
Yeah, right there.
On the other side of the one that just sat down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
I thought so.
It is.
Anyway, I was at work. I needed something to watch on my lunch and breaks, and I just pulled up Liar Liar because it was
It's a great
quick.
film.
It still
I love
makes
that
me
movie.
laugh.
I think. Oh, here's the thing. Alex and I, we were watching that '70s show actually the other day with
with my brother.
roommate Jake, and he just brought on like season 3.
Roommate Jake.
Season 3. He just brought in the disc, and I was waiting to watch my favorite episode, which is the Halloween episode.
Which Halloween episode?
The first one where all the
They go to the school.
Is that the first one?
No, or that's the first Halloween episode.
Oh
No, Josh, this is season 3.
I didn't know.
Season
that
3,
before that.
episode 4.
Did they have
this
one in
is-
season 1?
Yeah, it's
I don't
think- yeah,
remember
they go-
season 1.
they go to
That's
the,
when they
the-
break
go to
into
the
the
school,
school.
the old school that
Oh,
burned
they get
down.
beat up. Okay, yeah. No, my favorite one is the one where it's all the Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay,
Yeah,
when,
with
That-
Midge.
Mid-
Like
yes.
Midge
Yeah.
being like dead.
They didn't know this, but they actually have interviews before every single episode with some of the cast members. And Mila Kunis was the one for this one, and she said that they did not do this one in front of a live audience.
Oh yeah.
It was the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was actually so written around other things that they couldn't.
My favorite line in that
It's
episode is,
pre-recorded.
"What was in those garbage bags?" Garbage.
Garbage.
I love that. I love it. My favorite is when Fez like, "Hey," and he's trying to turn the lights off. From Bob's
just
spot, and he's just
flickering it.
flickering the lights. It's like, yeah, he's not gonna see you there. It's so funny, but the
Well,
laugh
was it-
track is fully
Was
fake.
he flicked in the lights as to signal for help from?
I thought he was
Hyde
just
or
trying to
somebody?
turn off. The
I
lights.
can't figure it
I thought he was
out.
panicking.
I thought it was like a signal, like Bob sees me, somebody help me.
I think it was
I
kind
just
of
thought it was
both.
him
Oh,
Well, and
panicking.
then the lights turn off, and then like
He goes backs up.
He backs
backs
up.
He does the
up.
camera.
The other funny part is when Hyde sneaks in to steal beers and he starts to.
and then he's just like he pulls his pants down.
Oh,
It's
that
funny
was great.
stuff. Oh man. So yeah, no, we were watching that the other day because we were just wanting to go back to some old That 70s Show because you were quoting it with him. You and him were just having a conversation about That 70s Show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you guys have anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
I
No?
don't think
No?
so. I mean, you cleaned
Oh,
my gutters.
Did
this
you
weekend.
started talking? Did that have any connection with Liar Liar?
Oh, just the
Oh.
fact that we went back to old stuff and we were able to quote because Jake was able to quote everything. Alex had to tell him to shut up.
And then I started.
And then she started immediately after. I want to say like maybe
It was
one
probably
line
within a couple
after.
minutes.
And we were watching the episode where Red's like fun time is
It's
over.
over.
Where was I for fun time? The Halloween episode is like 2 episodes after that, so it's like weird that immediately after he cracks down, they go into funny
It was
stuff.
when because that season 3 starts off with when Hyde gets
Busted.
Jail.
busted, or
Mhm.
what's not
They let
busted,
him
but
out
he
on-
gets.
Isn't that just Ducky? That's what Red says. He's like, oh, they let him out on probation.
Yes. But if we're gonna get out of here, go ahead and plug your Twitch, Alex.
Yeah, so if you'd like to watch me game, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Right now we're into Call of Duty. We're all having a great time for the most part.
Yeah.
We had quite an interesting weekend this weekend. I had some of the best matches I've ever had.
Yeah, your rank has
Um,
gone way up again.
Oh yeah,
From the
I'm
drop.
shooting way up very quickly. And then we also caught a cheater.
We did. We caught a cheater live on stream. And he was also a
Ooh,
Twitch
man!
streamer.
He was a
Ooh.
Twitch streamer, so that
And we
was
went
a
in.
wrong way to be advertising yourself
How'd
there,
you
bud.
catch him?
He had TTV in his clan tag.
Well, how'd
Okay.
we catch him?
Yeah.
Because there was
Oh, we saw that.
He
We saw
was-
his pre
his gameplay felt very
snap.
like his gameplay was snappy. Like he was. How do you explain it?
He went like 45 and like 2.
How
so.
do they do that?
Oh,
Cheat-
there's
There's like a mod
there's a cheat.
that you could put on.
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. But like, and it was we went into his stream afterwards. Like I reported him and stuff, and then some of the boys went into his stream and were like, "Okay, dude, we were just versing you. And then he had the kill cam at the end, so you could see the snap
He had to
because
play
it
the game.
slows it down,
Yeah.
and you could see what his computer was doing. And we're like, it's obvious you were cheating.
Yeah.
Did you
And
report
then-
him?
We did.
Yeah, so we did. And then afterwards, some of the boys went into his stream. We're like, okay, dude, you were cheating. He's like, oh,
I can't
I'm
cheat. I'm on
I'm on
PC.
PC. I can't cheat. I'm like, that's even worse. Yes,
PC
you
is the
can.
easiest way
That's
to
the
cheat.
easiest way
Yeah,
to
it
cheat.
is.
Afterwards, we went back into his stream, and he was sucking.
He was bad.
Yeah, because he turned off whatever mod he was using. He was horrible.
How do you cheat on console?
Oh, there's a.
I'm sure there's
a thing that
ways
you can
that you can do it.
download into.
But yeah, he's like, oh, I'm on
USB.
PC. I can't cheat because I'm on
You can
PC.
download an app into a USB and put it right in.
Yeah.
I don't know how the process is done. I've never done it before. If I did, you'd see me on Warzone a lot more often. But I'm not a cheater. I can't do that. There's no way.
A lot of the publishers, especially Activision, they come down on hard on cheaters.
If I had the ability to hear better in Warzone, I'd play it more often. That's my only issue is sound. I can't tell where anything comes from. That's it. I have people directing me where loot boxes are in now because I'm like, I can't hear where it's at. Tell me. But anyways, moving on from that, as far as my stream goes, if you want to catch me stream, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me streaming Wednesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Wednesday and Thursday, I'll probably be doing... Wednesday, I'll be doing Fall Guys. But Thursday, probably doing Mario Kart because they're going to have the next DLC pack comes out. So...
Did Patrick buy it yet?
I don't know. He's not going to be on this week, so
I know. I just happened to think about when he went to play and he realized he didn't own the game.
He has issues with his Switch anyway because he can't hear. He doesn't have an audio out for his Switch, so when he plays, he has no audio, and that's really unfortunate. So he's gonna have to get that figured out eventually, in order to actually. Listen.
I keep seeing like my angst with the Switch is starting to become known, as I'm sure other people have felt the same way, because I keep seeing third party, like the backbone for the Switch, that actually have full size sticks.
Okay.
That if I get it again, because this would be the third time,
you're right.
I'll have something much more comfortable.
I think Ashley would like to play it too because of the retro stuff on the Nintendo. Yeah. But yeah, as far as our podcast goes, you can catch us. Make sure you hit that like button and then subscribe to us as well. And then hit the alarm bell.
The bell?
Yeah.
That thing right there?
I'm sorry. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, PTOUnlimited, PTOUnlimited_podcast on Instagram. Stop rubbing me. The audio listeners like, what? Subscribe.
Just wait till we're done here, Alex.
Shut up, both of you. I've had enough. Quentin on my stream, by the way, is always like at the ready to clip all the innuendos that I say. And last night he's like, God damn it, now I'm going to need a brand new hard drive because of all this stuff that I say.
It's so innuendous.
This whole weekend was horrible for me, so there's going to be a lot of clips.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on social media.
Like the harder you try not to, the more you do.
I know.
So we're live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to us. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
Final note. So yesterday I was coming home, and so I have 2 senior citizens on both sides of me as for my neighbors. Well, a couple doors down is this guy, and he's kind of weird, but I don't talk to any of my neighbors, never have.
A lot of people are weird.
Don't really want to. But this guy, he's outside often, and he's outside with his dog, who's not on a leash. Dog rolls up to me. It was a nice dog, but that really angered me. So I'm like, I don't want to talk to you or your dog. Get him on a leash for one, and get out of here.
Did you say it to him?
No.
Oh.
Because I didn't need.
What kind of a dog was it, do you know?
No.
No, I'm not really good with breeds either. I will say something, and Alex is like, no, it's this.
I'm sorry, I don't want to have a reason to make a problem.
No.
Really, it's more my problem than his, although he should have his dog on a leash.
We do have a leash law, so.
There are people who just say, oh, don't worry, they won't bite. And that angers me and Alex so much.
Ain't good enough.
I have only ever been bit or attacked by an animal that someone has said that.
Yes.
That is the worst thing you could ever say.
No.
Don't worry. He or she is nice.
Well,
they don't bite.
Yeah.
Do they have teeth and claws?
But Pixel really doesn't bite.
My boss had this situation. Listen, my boss had this situation where he had his dog out, and one of his neighbors had their dog out. Neighbor's dog was not on the leash, and he's saying, you better get your dog on a leash. He's like, don't worry, that she's not aggressive, she's fine. He's like, my dog is, and he's going to rip your dog apart if you don't get him on a leash.
True. That's the other thing is, I trust now, did I trust Layla? Yeah, I trust Layla. Layla was 15 years old, and Layla got bit when she was 14 because she we went into the house and she ran out and saw another dog and ran out to go say hi, and hi turned into that dog not being nice, and he
Bit her
put
back.
an inch gash into her.
She had to get
So
stapled.
and had to get a staple
Yep.
or two.
I remember that.
Give me half of the, not this one, the other one.
Half.
I only want half.
You want
The
a
one that
chip?
the one that I choked on.
Oh, half of a chip.
I'm not going to.
Oh, the green one's lighter.
I'm not going to inhale.
The green one tastes better
Just
too.
just let him have. Why don't you say what we're doing?
So Alex and Brett they're gonna do the hot ones.
I
What's
love
this
it.
one?
That's yummy.
Hot ones.
Rojo.
Los Calientes Rojo, which is the hotter one of the two. The other one is the Verde, and that one's my favorite because it tastes better. I think that the Rojo is just like blah. So is it spicy?
It's hot.
Were you scared of it?
No.
Do you want to try the green one?
No.
It's
Try
better.
that next week.
It's seriously better.
I'm gonna eat it though.
They're great. They're really good. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean those would you stack those up, would really start to burn.
I got them in Walmart. Yeah, there's other ones available. Like Circle K has one of them available, and then I don't know which one. There's like I think there's 4, maybe I don't know, 3 or 4.
Combining them is really good too.
Alex loves them, but
I think they're amazing.
this is making me hungry for wings.
I just
so.
want to eat all of it.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.